So Cain Velasquez has his sentencing tomorrow over the situation in 2022 where he sh- fired shots at a moving vehicle that contained a person that assaulted a young family member. Um, it turned out to be his son, I'm pretty sure, at a kindergarten, uh, daycare, whatever it was, where this guy worked at. So he did what I feel every other parent, every other older sibling, any family member, this is the action that you take. But before I get carried away on my rant that I will go on, let's get into the article. Let's read. We got King Velasquez speaking out, and then I'm gonna give you my full opinion on this case. If you don't know much about it, I'll try my best to explain what this article leaves out. So, San Jose, California, former UFC heavyweight champion King Velasquez said he is ready to accept whatever sentence is handed down by Santa Clara County judge on March 24th. The way that I handle things is not the way to do it. We cannot put the law in our own hands. I already pled guilty. I know what I did. And I know what I did was very dangerous to other people. Not just to people involved, but to the innocent. Whatever the court feels is correct, I'm going to do it with my head up and still be me. That's coming from the Kyle Kingsbury podcast. I've never watched it, but I respect that mentality. And I feel like that is the exact mentality any father would have if he figured out somebody did that to his kids. And like, to me, this doesn't even stay in court. I would throw this case away within 5 minutes. You know, okay, well, here's the thing. In this car chase that he had, he got up behind the guy that did it. His stepfather was in the car. Then, when Velasquez opened fire, he had the stepfather. The deplorable piece of shit that did what he did, he was fine. Um, and okay, let's get to the article. Um, the podcast episode was recorded on March 6th after a judge granted permission for Velasquez from his Guillory home to Texas. Court records show Kingsbury is Velasquez's friend and former teammate. The mixed martial arts fighter has been out on bail, out of jail on $1 million bond bail. Since, well, not bond, they say bail since November 2022. Prosecutors said Velasquez went on a vigilante shooting spree when he attempted to kill a suspected child. Um, we're not allowed to say that word. What word are we gonna? Uh, I can't think of anything clever. Or we're just gonna say um subway maker. Sub maker. If you get it, you get it. So, suspected sub maker on February 28th, 2022, Velasquez pleaded no contest to the attempted murder charge and 8 additional charges last year. After several delays for his sentencing hearing, the MMA fighter said he is ready to receive his punishment Monday. Santa Clara County Superior Court Judge Arthur um, Volcan, I'm done trying to say that name. could sentence the UFC star with the maximum punishment 40 years, or let Velasquez go with zero prison time. Prosecutors said Velasquez was seeking vigilante justice when he fired a gun at a suspected submaker, Harry Goularte, in Morgan Hill. Goularte is charged with hurting one of Velasquez's children inside a San Martin daycare that was operated by Gouillart's mother. Prosecutors said Velasquez makes his intended target and accidentally shot Gouillart's father-in-law, Paul Bender. Bender survived. Now that is a big part to this, where the father-in-law was the one that got hit. And my issue with Cain in this case, why did he use a gun? Why did he use a gun? You know, this might get me flagged or whatever it was. Anybody did that to one of my family members, I am taking that personally. A gun is not personal enough for what this guy did, and he got charged with it. So it's not even alleged. Um, on the podcast, the MMA fighter said he is relieved that Gouillard's family's daycare center has since closed. Court records show Gouillard, who pleaded not guilty, is scheduled to stand trial in June. Kingsbury said on the podcast, "We know Kane inside and out. He has a giant fucking heart. Knowing what kind of father you are, I don't want to see your kids go without their father." Velasquez said, "My son, he's one of the strongest, funniest, best kids I know. He's my best friend. I'm proud of him, of who he is. Nothing is going to defeat me. I'm always going to know who I am no matter what my surroundings look like. It doesn't matter what the exterior looks like. I understand there are consequences. I will pay back whatever the court feels is correct and take that with my head up high." Um, the podcaster said, "No one wants to see you go away for a long time or even a short time." Crown 4 obtained a sentence memorandum that was recently filed in court by prosecutors ahead of Monday's sentencing hearing. In memorandum, Deputy District Attorney Aaron French asked the judge for a sentence of 30 years to life in prison. French detailed reasons why the district attorney's office is asking for a minimum of 3 decades behind bars. That is fucking ridiculous. That is fucking. Okay, no. I was gonna keep it in until the end of the article. This is fucking unbelievable. California, you are so fucking ass backwards, and Canada is the same fucking thing. Because these pieces of shit that do this, like, this is, I'm sorry, this is the worst crime you can do. Abusing a child, I feel like 90% of the world agrees that is the worst thing you can do. When you read the Bible, the one thing that Jesus said about people who does those things is they're better off tying a stone to the neck and jumping into a lake. But no, in California, man, you do that, you do any kind of assault, you do any kind of crime, really, except defending your son, 30 years. But you touch a kid, yeah, we'll let you out bond. You're not gonna serve jail time, yeah. Why would we do that then? Anyways, let's continue this bullshit. French wrote in court documents on February 28th, 2022, Cain Velasquez acted as judge, jury, and executioner when he decided to sentence Harry Goularte to death during an 11-mile shooting spree taking place on a busy rush hour street on Morgan Hill. Velasquez discharged round after round of a 40 caliber ammunition into a vehicle occupied by Harry Goulart and two other innocent people in his blind rage for vengeance. Velasquez put an entire community in shock and fear. He placed countless members of the public in the line of fire as he attempted to execute Harry Goulart. He fired his gun recklessly through his windshield and was no concern of what man, woman, or child the bullets would strike. At one point during the 11-mile pursuit, numerous civilians frantically called 911. Velasquez violently rammed the victim's truck and discharged his firearm repeatedly. Velasquez left to awaken destruction and collateral damage to unintended targets. He permanently maimed Paul Bender as Bender tries to drive his family to safety. The defendant acted alone. He acted because he did not want to wait for the criminal justice system. They fucking let him out of prison. Oh my god, I'm too close to like sorry for that. The same system that Ryan fucking Log. The same system that gave this fucking dude no fucking punishment. You are in the fucking wrong here. You are the guys that let this piece of shit walk out on a fucking bond with no jail time. You let him out in the community and you let him in a fucking daycare. A fucking daycare, dude. Somebody like that. Unfucking believable. Prosecutors said a bullet was lodged in the back of Gouillard's seat. Bench continued The defendant's crime is severe. Justice demands a sentence that is equally severe to hold the defendant accountable for his reckless and dangerous actions and the lasting physical and psychological injuries he left upon his victims and the community. The court should impose a sentence of 30 years to life in prison. Fuck you. Fuck you, you. Oh my, you fucking piece of shit, dude. Fucking pieces of shit. Velasquez, 42, has spent his last few months of freedom working as an MMA and jiu-jitsu coach around California, spending time with his children, and appearing with a nonprofit choked out can choke out cancer at Children's Hospital to visit young patients who are battling cancer, court record show. His sentence hearing is scheduled to begin 9 a.m. tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow in Santa Clara County Hall of Justice in Santa. Yeah, fuck, dude. I'm fucking believable. This is where I basically sit here and swear for a good 7 more minutes, dude. But like, dude, this hits home to me because I actually got brothers who are right around Kane's kids' ages, right? And initially, I thought it was his daughter. Turned out to be his son. We learned that basically a few weeks after this initially hit. But unfucking believable. Like, look, I get it. Cain Velasquez should have not dominated. He should have gone on the highway, drove, and shot over his windshield into a car. He did endanger people. There's no way around it. And I get if he serves time for that, I understand it. But 30 fucking years when you let this fucking frumpy piece of shit walk out after assaulting a 4-year-old. Hold up, let me pull up a picture of this this guy just so you put a face to the name. Um, okay, let me do that. Boom. Um, yeah, like it's unbelievable to me, dude. That like this entire world is just, or like not really the world, but I feel like at the top of the hill, right? Well, where you have politicians, you have celebrities, they do not care about this shit, and it kind of looks like the judges do not care. This is the guy. This guy is the one that you know assaulted his kid. Um, yeah, it's I don't know, man. I'm praying for Cain, dude. I'm praying for Cain, his family. But dude, this world is so fucking ass backwards. Like I, to me, the only problem that I had with Cain Velasquez, and this might get me flagged. Shouldn't have used a gun. Shouldn't have used a gun. Should have used anything else, and waited for that car to stop. Gets an assault charge, whatever. They say, oh, vigilante, putting putting justice in his hand because you, the exact fucking judge, and the exact prosecution are the. I'm pretty sure at least one of the prosecutions. I'm pretty sure that it was the same judge that let this schoolyard guy go out before that is handling this case. But it's fucking brutal, man. It is unfucking believable. I hope the best for Kane, for his family. You know, 30 years. If he gets 30 years, I will make another video tomorrow going off people more than I am now because, like I said, I have young family members. I have, you know, friends, well, I wouldn't call them friends, or like I have acquaintances with young kids, right? It's, what else are you gonna do if your kid has that happen to them and they let the guy who did that walk? And then they turn around after they did nothing about it. You put justice in your hands. I think there's no other time warranted than this time. There's a movie about it where Samuel L. Jackson does it. A Time to Kill, right? I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably make a video tomorrow, right as I hear the verdict. Um, yeah. I really hope if he does get sentenced, he gets sentenced like a few years. Maybe do like a 10-year sentence or like a 30-year sentence with 5-year parole. I don't know if they can do it. They make whatever sentence they want. But yeah, I wanted to make this video. I really should have followed this story a lot sooner. But yeah, not only is this a legend of the MMA, a former champion. This is a father who loves his kids, who figured out somebody hurt his kid, and like any good father, like any good parent, like any good family member, he made sure, or he always attempted, they got hurt. I think if the bullet didn't hit his stepdad, I feel like this be pretty unanimous. But let me know, what do you think about Cain Velasquez sentencing? Do you have high hopes for Cain getting out of this? And overall, dude, California, your fucking laws are fucking brutal. You let people like that walk, but the dad defending his kid, that's not okay. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'll stop ranting. Thanks for watching. Later.